everyone, this is Lupe from Bruno Planning. Thank you for joining me today. I will be sharing with you some ideas for how to use this space on the daily Erin Condren pages. I will be sharing more of my ideas for this layout in the weeks to come, so feel free to subscribe so you know when I upload those videos. I'm currently using the Erin Condren daily binder pages that I converted to these metal discs, but this is a very similar space to the new daily duo layout. So here's a printout as an example. You still have the hours on the left and to-dos on the right. You still have this blank space on the bottom, minus the calendar. So it used to be here, and now on the daily duo, it's going to be right up here above the to-dos. But the overall space here is pretty much the same size. So I've had about a month and a half of time to form this kind of love-hate relationship with this space. At first I hated it because I didn't know what to do with it. I know what to do with the to-dos and the hourly section, but this was always almost blank. You can see here, blank, blank. And then I realized, well, it's blank, so I can do whatever I want with it. And I love that. I come from using the bullet journal for about 2 years, so I did miss the unstructured space because I feel like this is very structured and very to the point, but this is a little bit more space to be creative. So I sat down and I thought about 15 ways to use it, and I made some mock-ups of all of them. I hope that you can find some inspiration here, since I know a lot of people are trying this daily layout for the first time. Number one is use it as a daily notes, daily journal space. So you can write down something you want to remember about the day, like you took a walk, something special or not special that happened, anything you think you would like to remember for that day. I like to keep things short and maybe not use sentences, but this is a great space if you want to write a whole paragraph about your day, either the night of or the following morning. And I use a simple stamp to make straight lines, just to keep my writing looking a little bit neater. Number two is a quote for the day. I have been using this idea more often in my general space, so let me show you. Today I put a sticker with a quote on the top of my layout. So you can designate this space for your quotes because this space is going to be very limited. I did cut this paper a little bit shorter than I wanted to, but there isn't a ton of space here like there is on the binder pages. So this is a great place just for a quote. And I wrote this and added some stickers, but you can easily add a big sticker with a quote already written on it. Number three is a doodle. This is such a great blank space for any doodlers out there, if doodlers is a word, right? Draw whatever you want. It can be related to the day or not. A turtle has nothing to do with my day, but they are cute and I do love them. And you definitely don't have to be good at drawing. Not that this is a particularly good drawing, but it's like I said, it's a nice space for you to be creative. Number four is pictures. This is a terribly printed picture, but for all of you that have a nice, good quality picture printer, you can definitely add some great pictures from your day. And this space is big enough to add a pretty good size picture, or you can make a collage of a few of them. Now, number five is not as fun, but sometimes my list of to-dos gets pretty long, especially during the school year, and sometimes these will definitely not be enough for me. So extending the to-do list is definitely a possibility here. I could have easily added double this amount of lines. This is actually a stamp that I have, or you can also use a sticker with some more checkboxes. I like the stamp though because it matches the width of the lines and the circle checkboxes as well. For number six, I actually have two mock-ups, and they are for specific to-dos. So I'm thinking instead of putting all of my to-dos here, I can separate ones that happen every day, like cleaning. Or if you have kids, maybe you can write down their chores for the day. Anything that you want to separate from the general to-dos so that they have their own space and are a little bit easier to see. Number seven is use it as a brain dump. I know we all have random ideas throughout the day that sometimes we don't know what to do with or know where to write down. Here you can have a space to write them down and come back to them when you have a moment, so you can add it to a future to-do list or not, but at least the idea is out of your head and you can move on. Number eight is one of my favorite ideas, and that's stickers. I have been slowly adding more stickers to my daily spread, but I like having this space where I can just fill it up with stickers and it won't take away space from my schedule or my to-dos. It's so perfect, and again, another way just to be creative. Number 9 is kind of a funny transition from this last one, but the idea for that one is nothing. Don't do anything with this space, and that's fine. I love seeing people's spreads online. It's so inspiring and I get so many ideas from them, but sometimes it is overwhelming because I feel that I have to do something similar with my spreads for them to be pretty, and we don't, and I don't. And I just wanted to remind you that you don't need to fill up every space with something. And the great thing about using daily pages is you can do whatever you want on any day. You can take any of these ideas that I'm sharing and use the same one all week long, or do one a day, or leave it blank most of the week and do something more creative when you have more time on any particular day. It's up to you. Number 10 is a me space. This one is kind of like number 6, but I thought it deserved its own number. This could be a space where you remove yourself from some of the daily to-dos for home things or work things or even kids things, and it's just about things you want to do for yourself. And as a teacher, I need to do this more often for sure. Number 11 is a note to your future self. A lot of us like to keep and store our planners so we can look at them later in life. So why not write a note to your future self? It can be something specific like this one, which I need to keep reminding myself of, or something more general you don't want to forget when you're looking back a year or a few years from now. Number 12 is trackers. I know some people are using this space up here, covering the calendar first, and then using the space for tracking, but you could definitely do this down here and possibly use it for multiple ones. I know I definitely need to start using this one for water, but it's a good amount of space to maybe track a couple things or 4 things depending on what you want to do for your daily tracking. Number 13, going along with tracking, you can also use it as a food journal. I usually put our dinner right here on the bottom, but there's definitely enough space to write a whole day's worth of meals. You can even write the calories if you're tracking them, and it's a great way to look back at the end of the week to see if you're keeping healthy or keeping up with whatever goals you set for yourself. Number 14 is a gratitude space. This is something that I am definitely going to be using more because right now it's very easy to lose track of what good there still is in our lives, I think, and having a space to write it down is a great way to keep those positive things in mind, especially on a daily basis. And finally, number 15, my favorite idea, a coloring space. Print out a nice coloring page so it fits and it's going to be a nice size. I used a little double-sided adhesive. It took about 5 minutes, and there you go. You have a nice coloring space on your daily spread. You can just sit down, relax, and color. You can print a page that is related to the day, like this Mother's Day one. I will definitely be using this at least once a week. And that reminds me again that you don't have to use this same idea every single day. You may not want to color every single day, right? You can think of as many ideas as you can so that it fits your needs for that day. And that's really what I love about this space, and that's how versatile it is. And so I hope this video has given you some ideas of how you want to use this space. And if you do want to see more of how I use this daily layout, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would also love to know your ideas for how you will be using this space, so feel free to comment below with those thoughts or any questions you might have for me. And thanks so much for watching.